radio, and she was saying, hey, what a great opportunity for a freshman to come in and play big minutes in a real game. And we're off and running here in Desert Financial Arena. Arizona State in their home whites and Eastern Washington in their away reds. Now here's Washenitz on the right wing. We'll see a lot of movement in this offense as well. The fifth-year Elliott picks up her dribble. Caera had that one taken away, and it was turnovers for the Sun Devils that sort of hurt them in that third quarter against Coppin State just a few nights ago on Monday. Agers spinning into the lane with the left hand, and it was strong. Still no score yet in 45 seconds of play. Caera is clearly in a matchup they're going to want to exploit in this one, and she puts that up and in and draws the foul.
And that's exactly the game plan for the Sun Devils, is get the ball inside. Not that they're not a good perimeter shooting team, but they want to play from the inside out. And if they play here one-on-one, I think they're going to just keep pounding it inside, Jesse.
Well, you know, when I was talking to Coach Stephanie Norman just earlier this morning, she was telling me that Caera has one of the most reliable baby hooks, but she can do it with both hands. And she misses the free throw there, and it's a long rebound, and it'll stay over here.
And that is my favorite move. It's undefendable, it's unstoppable. And actually, Marty Fantini, who's going to come in soon too, the Italian post player, has a hook shot as well.
Full court press, which the Sun Devils played against Coppin State as well, so they're going to make it tough bringing the ball up the court. Bella Hayes getting a start for Eastern Washington early on in the season here. Now on the wraparound, it's Grossman. Now it's swatted away. Elliott keeps it alive, and the Sun Devils get a big stop.
That was fun. Oh my gosh, that's rim protection at the highest level.
So Caera has pretty much touched the ball on every offensive possession so far. There's the freshman Williams, and they're going to give it right back to Caera. And the shot is just strong. I mean, she was fading away there, maybe not her best shot.
She can hit that little midi, but I think deep seals, you know, getting a little deeper is her best shot.
Caera is just having herself a game on the inside.
We talked about the difference in levels, and I think, you know, the length when you play against a Power 4 team, and sometimes even the speed to help, is something that Eastern Washington's going to have to adjust to.
This ball goes up top to Gallatin. So Gallatin is the one senior presence they really have on the floor right now. She is out of Snohomish, Washington. Now back up top. Catch and shoot from Grossman. And still a lid on the bucket for the Eagles.
One of the biggest things the Sun Devils want to work on is guarding the three-point line better today. That was kind of a good look.
Yeah.
So.
On the wraparound, Washenitz surveying Caera. Corner, Williams three.
Good shot, though. You like the freshman being a ready shooter there.
Yeah. And when I was talking to Coach Norman earlier, she said all she was looking for was Williams to come in, take her shots, settle down a little bit. Obviously, freshman nerves playing in your first collegiate game. Here's Grossman on the left wing. It's cool. Both of our impact players are guarding each other right now. That's a matchup. Look to keep on. Washenitz, handsy on defense, and maybe pushed a little too much, called for the foul.
Yeah, she almost had it when, and that's the senior, you know, just saying, no, you're not taking the ball away from me. Good job by Gallatin. Tough break for Washenitz.
So Martina Fontini will come in now.
Coach Miller is not happy that Caera was not denying the high post. Eastern Washington runs Princeton offense, and that's the key to shutting it down.
That one goes off Bracken's last.
Yeah, but good contest. That's good defense. They want to get out. Eastern Washington shot 48% from the three-point line in their first game. They can knock it down.
So we played through 3 minutes and only 2 points have been scored. Williams pushing, Brackens looking. Now she'll dribble drive baseline. Elliott from the left. Second turnover for the Sun Devils. Into Hall does McElmurray. And now Gallatin up top, give and go. She'll try to create some room, gets her own rebound. Second chance, no good either. So Eastern Washington sort of having a hard time finding rhythm so far.
But I think that's credit to ASU, because this defense speeds you up. It forces you, you're gonna miss shots that you normally make just because you're sped up.
Washenitz will go to the line. She was perfect from the charity stripe against Coppin State in their 67-55 victory. And she's playing under head coach Molly Miller, who's in her first season here. She guided GCU to a 32-3 record last season, which included a 30-game winning streak at home and GCU's first berth in the NCAA tournament. Washenitz off the mark. And that's why I should never say they shot perfect in any game ever, because they're broadcasters jinx.
That's it, you jinxed.
And I will own that one.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but you called yourself.
No, I'll own it.
Okay. That's a good possession for the Devils, though. Eastern Washington, their defensive game plan is to protect the paint and clog. So if they can find some space and get downhill and get to the free throw line, that's going to be very successful for them.
That pesky defense so far by the Sun Devils.
Yeah, any dead ball, free throw, they're pressing. They're picking up full court for the most part. And I love it.
Yeah. One thing I was talking to Coach Gleason about was how you're going to handle that pressure defense. She said, well, we have run a Princeton-style offense that has built-in counters to attack aggressive defenses, so we'll have to see if it works. It's Grossman with the right hand, and it's short. And the putback and the first bucket. Good.
Chris Kirk off the bench.
Yeah.
Canadian senior. So both, well, in particular, Eastern Washington going to their bench a lot.
Fontini tried to get the matchup down low. Brackens was on Grossman.
In case anybody's wondering, the rule this year is you don't have to tuck your shirt in.
I was noticing
so,
a couple Devils.
And it's new for me.
So there's Coach Jody Gleason. She's in her 5th season. She took Eastern Washington from 9 wins to Big Sky champions in 3 years. Last year had a little bit of a down year, 11-20 overall in the season, 7-11 in the Big Sky, but they play well at home. And Gabby Elliott with her first 2. Full court press, Gallatin smartly staying in the middle of the court there. You know, a lot of times you see guards try to beat that press by going towards the sideline, and that's where it hurts you the most. 10-footer is off the mark, and the rebound put back, again an air ball.
Yeah, the senior Gallatin's doing a great job of butt dribbling and staying centered.
Here's Levette, and she walked from Tempe. And through our first 5.
Tillman.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also always celebrate our first responders as well. And a steal by Levette. Levette with her left hand, and she banks it in from the left.
She brings so much energy off the bench. I mean, she is just a really tenacious defender.
ASU's already created a couple of turnovers so far in this contest.
And right idea, they want to be looking to go back door, to Coach Gleason's point, the counters against pressure. But, so great trap, and just left the ball out there. Love it. Takes advantage.
Brackens, right side. Just strong off the backside of the cup. Arizona State by 5. Here's McElmurray, now outside Gallatin. Running the offense. Sun Devils still in man on the defensive side. On the wraparound, McElmurray guarded by Levette outside, has nowhere to go. Nice defense there by Levette, and Bowers banks it home from deep. And now they're only trailing by 2.
That happened a little bit Monday night, too. But, I mean, Bowers is coming in, Wyoming, Gatorade Player of the Year. Very, very skilled freshman. He's going to have a good career at Eastern Washington.
Washington's from the left side, and one.
She's money on that left side.
Yeah. That's her shot. Marley Washinitz, the senior for this Arizona State squad, transferred over from Pitt, where she started all 32 games last year, averaged 9.3 points, and had a team-high 75 steals.
And she said her favorite game ever was last year when they, I don't know if you saw it, I didn't see it, I heard about it. They beat SMU. It was the biggest comeback ever in the history of the NCAA women's basketball.
Yeah. McElmurray inside. How about that? It almost looked like Eastern Washington had a fast break, but then ASU recovering on the defensive side. And now Eastern Washington running their set. It's Agers with the give off to Grossman. Down to Agers. That was a nice little give and go up top.
Yeah, Kyra's got to get back a lot quicker. I mean, they weren't trapping, so she was just kind of not getting out of there quick enough.
Kyra double team down low, out to Levette for three.
Great job finding the weak side pass.
Here's Bowers to the right, and she threw it to Casper the Ghost.
Yeah, first, I mean, this is her second ever college game, and to have to play against this kind of terrorizing defense is not easy.
Yeah.
So that's a couple turnovers in a row for Bowers. She's a coach's kid out of Wyoming. I mean, she's very high cognition, so she's going to learn a lot today.
Yeah, and she's a confident freshman with high IQ. She's known to draw two, but can make the right play out of it. Levette to Caeta. Caeta spinning in with the left hand and missed it short.
Both teams kind of struggling to finish this afternoon, Jesse.
Eastern Washington 3 for 14 from the field so far, but only trailing by 2. ASU's only taken 9 shots. And our second travel call here.
Yeah, good call. Yep, little hop.
It feels like they've kind of cut down on that like little hop step a little bit more in the years.
Well, they've actually, gosh, sometimes I get confused between the WNBA and college, and I'm not going to lie. But I think they said that they were allowing that kind of hop into your shot now, but that was different. She pump faked, hopped, and then drove, so that was a travel.
Caeta goes up and is fouled by Emily McElmurray.
And this is ASU is doing what they want to do. They're getting the ball in the paint. They're getting the ball in the paint. Kyra got doubled last time, kicks it out. But for the most part, if she's one-on-one, if Marley can get downhill, I mean, they're going to just keep jamming it down their throats.
Coach Norman was telling me that every time she touches it, the coaching staff believes she can score.
Kyra.
Yeah.
I asked Molly who's been the biggest surprise. And
I think everyone, Coach Norman said the same thing.
Well, she didn't play at all. She was behind a bunch of fifth-year posts at Ole Miss last year, so highly touted out of high school, but just didn't have any game experience. So I don't think they really knew what they were getting.
Only played in 13 games last year as a freshman.
Yeah, and that was minimal.
McElmurray, charity stripe extended. Off the mark, and 3 for 15 now is what Eastern Washington is shooting from the floor. Wide open in the corner. That's a good one. There's Michaela Moore, the senior.
And that has to feel good for her and the whole team. She is, on most days, their best shooter, and they need her to come in and hit down those open threes, knock down those open threes, excuse me. Michaela Moore played at Archbishop Mitty, which is arguably one of the top high school programs in the nation. Sue Phillips, any player that comes out of there is a winner. Skilled, smart, tough. So Molly Miller and the coaching staff's really happy with Michaela Moore. She, of course, was a holdover in the previous staff.
It's Sun Devils by 7 here early on in the first quarter. That one off to the left. Elliott gets the rebound, and dicey pass there to Levette. And McElmurray gets called for a foul there in transition.
Yeah, when they almost didn't call that, I was a little surprised. I mean, it was definitely a foul.
Arizona State in the bonus, so they're going to the line to shoot 2.
Getting
women's college basketball, they don't shoot the 1-on-1. Like
oh, right.
game.
Yeah. Yeah, we in the women's game have involved.
Yeah.
we like our quarters.
Yeah, I mean,
we like our
it
5
makes sense.
fouls. We like the advance.
No, I'm very much on that. I'm very much on team women, Coach.
Yeah, I don't get it on the men's side. I really don't. Lovett has really come in and given the Sun Devils some great minutes.
Yeah.
In this first quarter. With last year Poa out, this is important.
Yeah. So Jaya Lovett and Amaya Williams will see a little bit of an extended time with Poa out day to day. From the outside, Gingras. To the right is Gallatin. 10 on the shot clock. Baseline, dribble drive. A high pass into the left corner, Bowers. Up top, catch and shoot, Gingras. And Eastern Washington, big lid on the cup, 3 for 17, and they haven't scored in over 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, just credit ASU's defense. It is swarming. I mean, they are making them work for every touch, on every bounce. And Gingras, that's her job. She's a shooter. She did actually get a pretty good look, but just in general, they're not in rhythm. They're sped up.
Gallatin kicked it around, got her own ball, and gave it right to Bella Hayes for an easy shot. So the lid finally comes off the cup.
Nothing like getting a wide open bunny to kind of get yourselves going.
But it took them 2.5 minutes, and now only a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's the Sun Devils by 6. Lovett is going to take as much time as she can here. Guarded way out beyond the arc by Bowers. Bowers is going to go under the screen. They switch everything there. Brackens with the left hand, missed it short. And Eastern Washington won't even take a shot to end that first quarter, so they'll ice it after that one. So a big-time defensive first quarter. ASU.
ASU is getting out-rebounded. I think that'll balance out, but I'm sure they're talking about getting second shots. They're only shooting 41% from the floor, so there's some to be had.
There's the first O board for ASU, right on cue.
We spoke right into it.
An offensive foul. Gaeta?
I mean, at least that's a turnover that you can set your defense on.
Yeah.
But it's a double whammy because it's your possession and you get a foul. So they will be working to clean that up with Kaira.
Seems like Bella Hayes has been the go-to option for Eastern Washington early.
Again, she's a junior, but she's a redshirt junior, so she is a fourth-year player for Jody Gleason. Very experienced. She's one of the leaders on this team with Gallatin.
She's got 4, only started 12 games last year, but played in 31. Elliott, another 2-pointer. She's now got 4 points in the ball game, and a big career milestone for her, 1,000 points in her career.
Their career has taken her to a lot of places. Oh, nice backdoor cut.
And the reverse is good by Gallatin.
And those are going to keep coming because that's just the Princeton offense, especially when you're pressuring. ASU has to shore that up, seal deny.
First 2 points for Ella Gallatin in the matchup. And that one is an off the mark by Moore. Kaeta misses her second chance. Elliott fighting and goes right around the defense, down to the block.
I always like to say your best offense is offensive rebounding because what do you get often? A wide open layup.
Yep. A deflected ball, and that is the second steal of the game for ASU. Outside, Brackens left alone. Yes, ma'am.
And that's huge for ASU if they can get her going from the three-point line. Again, she's just added that to her game this year. I don't believe that she shot maybe any or 1 or 2 three-pointers all last season at UNLV.
We'll have a tie-up between Hayes and Kaeta. Let's take a look at the last 2 baskets here for ASU.
Gabby Elliott just doesn't need a lot of space. Little herky-jerky pivot through. She's got skills. And then they're always looking for the post feed inside out. McKenna Brackens with 3.
You know what's interesting, though, is when I was talking to Coach Norman earlier, she was saying that this team isn't necessarily the most equipped to shoot the 3 at a high volume. She said they like to play inside out, but I guess that's what inside out does. You know, you go inside and then you'll be left wide open on 3s.
Exactly.
Go inside enough.
Which is what Eastern Washington is not getting. Like, they're not getting those comfortable set 3-pointers. And you're absolutely right. They do not want to live and die by the 3.
No.
But, you know, obviously they want a balanced scoring attack, and they need to be able to knock down. You know, I see them being a team that instead of shooting 33s, maybe shoots 16, 17, you know, and they want to, you know, maybe make 6 or 7 of that. That probably is where they want to be.
Yeah, well, you want to attack the rim, draw fouls, and live in the paint, and then the 3s come with rhythm.
Right. And really, when Coppin State zoned them, they were so good. I mean, they sliced and diced and cut, and they got layups. They didn't settle for the 3, which so many teams do.
Down low, it's Williams, and she traveled. Second travel call on the Sun Devils in the game.
Yeah, I thought she missed Kyra. She had a great seal, wide open. Again, just a freshman.
I was gonna
First
say.
start, yeah, such great experience for her. She's going to be so good. Committed to Molly at GCU, but if you talk to anybody, they'll say, oh, no, she's a Power 4 player. This is going to be where she needs to be.
Another turnover by Eastern Washington. That's their 6th of the match. And I mean, Maya Williams went to a great high school, Mater Dei, over in California.
We talked about Archbishop Mitty.
Yep.
I mean, Mater Dei is probably the next. Those 2 are the most storied programs in California.
Yep.
Played for Jody Wynn.
One of California's top prep guards. She'll step back. There's her first collegiate bucket.
And I think just the weight of the world probably kind of came off her shoulders a little bit.
Big sigh of relief there, and now she can really get into her game. Near side, McElmurray. Now Gallatin. And Eggers. Eggers inside. And the pump fake got Williams in the air and went right by her.
Yeah, great job getting to 2 feet.
ASU on the offensive end has made 3 of their last 3. And Cajera gives them a rebound and was way too strong on the putback. And then a foul by ASU.
But how about ASU hitting the offensive boards this quarter?
Yeah.
Jesse, I mean, they went from 0. I think they've got to have at least 6 already. Deborah Davenport checking in. McKenna Brackens, JUCO player out of Florida. Really good athlete. Can really run, rebound, rim protect.
Only saw her for 7 minutes on Monday night. And clearly that ASU pressure on the inbound is felt there by McElmurray. So McElmurray can handle it along with Bowers and Gallatin up top. A lot of guards in this Eastern Washington lineup.
Yeah,
Eggers in on Cajera. Up with the right hand and fouled. And that's what happens when you go up with the right hand on the left side.
Well,
A lot of time.
suffice it to say, the Eastern Washington game plan right now, Jesse, is go at
Inside out.
Well, no, it's go at Cajera.
Yeah.
That's what they've done the last 3-4 possessions. They're sprinting out of their pick and roll. They're beating her to the rim. They're driving on her. So, and I do think that's the biggest area that she needs to grow is her defense.
She's already got those 2 personal fouls, so she's going to come off the floor.
Had some foul trouble on Monday night
Yeah.
as well. But Eggers is a really, she's a stretch 5.
Yeah.
Right? So she's going to give a lot of bigger 5 players some problems because she can run the break. She's very skilled.
4 minutes into the second quarter. Quick give off to Moore. She'll go baseline. Out to the left corner. Williams gets it right back. Her midi is pure.
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it again.
Well, you left me wide open into the corner. Okay, I missed this one. I'm not going to miss twice, though. Amaya Williams with 4 points, 2 for 4 from the field. Agers going dribble drive to the right, gets tangled up with Williams.
Good hustle play, because she just saved a easy layup Sun Devils had.
5.5 to go here in the second quarter. Elliott, take one from straight away. Davenport in there to fight for the rebound. And now Bowers running the offense on the right, over to Gallatin near side. Zone defense now by the Sun Devils. And we'll give this one inside to Hayes. She turns around and puts it in. Bella Hayes is 6.
She gets that deep, it's kind of over. Great deep sail.
She's 3 for 3. Right through the hands of Fontini. And it's a turnover. And we'll take a break. Eastern Washington trailing by 8 here in the second quarter in Desert Financial Arena.
Tough shots. Like, you have to have somebody on your team that can just flat out hit a shot when people are playing great defense. And she's probably the best at it on this team.
3 on the way from McElmurray. And that's the first 3 that Eastern Washington has hit in this second quarter.
Yeah, because they haven't been giving them to them.
Yeah. That's actually the first one they even tried. Here's Elliott surveying. Elbow jumper is good. That was nice.
Yeah, that is her money spot. Cashed it in. Quite the journey for Gabby Elliott from Michigan State to Clemson to Penn State, and now here finally Arizona State.
Bowers stepped into it. He's off the backside of the rim. Washington's looking to run. And she'll slow it down. Elliott, corner Williams. Williams doing a great job of not turning the ball over in her first collegiate game so far. Washington's to the left, tried to step through. Now surveying, she wanted to get to that left hand of hers, and now she's caught off guard and fouled.
So lucky break a little bit for ASU. The freshman Gibbs just saw the ball hanging out there, and credit Marley Washington's to say, you're not taking the ball to my hands. Draw the foul.
Well, veteran moved to draw the foul there. Elliott to inbound from the right side of the basket. Now we'll throw it all the way up and over to Williams. Maya Williams, the captain of Mater Dei last year. Washington's on a flash to the bucket and missed the layup.
Again, good offense, earned a great shot.
Sun Devils ball going back the other way, and 8th turnover now for Eastern Washington.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little lucky too. Courtney Grossman had a wide open lane to the basket, just dribbled off her foot.
Elliott fights Fontini near the left block, and the pressure comes in from Bowers, and she gets called for a foul.
And with Fantini, Molly just talks about, you know, just her getting used to the pace and the style. But she is so excited about her, super coachable, skilled. I think by Big 12, she's really going to be getting comfortable.
Well, it's not like she hasn't played professionally either. She played
exactly.
20 Pro in Italy, won a bronze medal with Italy at the FIBA U20 Eurobasket. She scored 16 in the opener there, so she's been playing pro basketball for a while now and grabs the board. A relocation. Washington's, someone might have got a hand on it. Now on the right side, that one off by Davenport. Sun Devils by 7. Gallatin surveying with the left hand. Now Bowers. Grossman Up top, wants everyone to clear out on the right side so she could take it baseline. Now switches up, goes back left. A catch by Bowers. She's got 6 to shoot it on the fadeaway. Again, short. A lot of short shots today.
Yeah, I think for both teams, really, right,
Yeah.
Jesse? Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it.
End of the week. You know, Lakes are maybe a little more tired.
Fontini trying to create some room from Hayes, and Hayes able to get a hand in there for the steal. Gallatin now double teamed, left side, and a foul comes in against ASU. That's going to go against Amaya Williams.
Yeah, a little too strippy-rippy on that one, but I love the trap. I love the aggressiveness. I mean, I think ASU is just systematically wearing Eastern Washington down. Maybe not showing up on the scoreboard right now, but it's going to. They can continue to play this level of pressure for 21 minutes and 35 seconds longer.
Yep. Here's Gallatin at the line, makes the first free throw. Gallatin last year averaged 9.2 points per game for this squad, and that's the first point for Eastern Washington in over 3 minutes of play, and we have ourselves another travel. Sun Devils, though, haven't scored in almost 3 minutes, though.
Yeah, and I think it's more them than Eastern Washington. Not to discredit Eastern Washington's defense, but it's you know, they're missing point blank. They're missing, you know, good. They're getting good looks. I think their offense is working. Obviously, that's a tough call. You know, young post players, they're going to be able to adjust with this as the season goes on with Caera and Fantini both now, you know, just getting moving screens, holding their screens a little longer, waiting to get out of them. Okay.
Well, interesting that both Caera and Fontini have both now been called for that moving screen. And it's almost incumbent upon, you know, the guard to wait until your post is set to then go and run towards the screen.
Yes, it can be both people's fault or one person's fault. And this, I do think the post players are just, you know, it's not a football block. It's not permanent. You got to just set and you got to go with it.
Washenitz on the left side draws the foul.
There we go. Some transition offense. Getting out and going off the stop.
Haven't really seen too much of that.
No, we have not. It's been a little half-court game so far this first half.
Well, in theory, with all the throwaways, turnovers, right? We've had 17 total turnovers in this game. And those turnovers that go out of bounds, those allow the defenses to get set. So really haven't seen too much out and running.
We haven't had like a lot of live out, you know, out in the front court or top of the key turnovers. That is something that Molly's working with, though, on her team. When they get turnovers, converting more. I give Eastern Washington credit. I mean, they're really doing a great job. Best job yet of taking care of the ball against the Sun Devil defense.
There's an and one from Elin Bowers on the right. Nice play.
Yeah, I mean, again, Wyoming Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah.
She's a 3-level scorer. She's good in the open court. And this is where Molly wants her team to grow. It's like, you know, contest. It's very hard to defend in the open court. Just don't foul. You know, make her make the shot, make her score over you.
ASU coming away with the rebound. Yeah, Bowers, an all-state and all-conference selection each year as a varsity player for Pinedale High School. Now Levette from the left side with the left hand, and she'll get an and one right back.
I love that. Just kind of rubbing off her post player, finding a little daylight, and scores with contact. Love it. Levette's making a case for her taking that starting point guard spot.
I was going to say, her and Williams right now, tit for tat. But both kind of different level scorers, right? Levette's your, you know, let me get to the cup sort of scorer, and Williams has that money mid-range.
You know, I think Levette actually is a pretty good solid shooter. I mean, she knows her role, which is what the coaches love about her. She's in to play defense. She does the little things, but she can absolutely hit the open shot. So has a little more experience, obviously, than Williams.
Yeah. Grossman from the top, in on Grice. How about Tamaya Grice, the sophomore, getting some hands on that one?
Yeah, well, with the other two in foul trouble, this is a great opportunity for Grice. She really hasn't had.
Final second of the quarter. Washington has to muck it up. No. So the Sun Devils with an 8-point lead at the half, but pretty defensive game so far, Coach. Here in the second half. I mean, Eastern Washington has only gone to the foul line 7 times, though. So Washinetz picks up a foul here in the third quarter within 7 seconds.
And I believe that's her third.
Yep.
So this is the silly foul. This goes under the silly foul category for Coach Miller that she wants her team to eliminate.
Williams guarding the inbounds, and here's Jane Gra now up top. Elliott goes over the screen. Bounce pass all the way to the outside. Gallatin saves it before it goes out. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Getting to her midi is Jane Gra. And a foul again. So as we're talking about the fouls and ASU not wanting to foul, well, there's been 2 of them.
Yeah, and this is how they came out the third quarter and Monday night as well. They kind of came out and foul. So, you know, not the start that Coach Miller and her staff wants.
They tried to get it to Hayes inside, and fighting for it is Brackens, and now she will get a whistle call in her favor, going back the other way.
Yeah, nice job staying loose and getting around. Yeah. When you're guarding a BOG, a big old girl like that, and you're 6 foot and giving up about 30 pounds, you gotta stay loose and stay active on post D.
Elliott up top by herself, and the bank's still open on Saturday.
Not Gabby Elliott's superpower, but something that's going to be important for her to get more confident in this season with the Sun Devils.
She's been at a couple different schools, Penn State, Michigan State, and Clemson in her career, but started 27 games at Penn State last year, averaged 13.6 points per game. Here she is in a wide open lane.
Both teams starting a little slow on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Out now to 44% from the field, Coach. Here's Bowers now. Scoop, score.
Freshman's getting a little crafty out there.
She's Pinedale High School's career scoring leader. Finishes with 2,255 points, and Elliott goes and helps up Grossman.
And Bowers just comes tight off that screen, and wow, just loops under Guerra, and nice little scoop shot from the freshman.
Bowers has 7 points now in the contest, 4 rebounds as well in 19 minutes of play, and the inbounds to the backcourt to Williams.
Well, what's going to be key for Eastern is for her to take care of the ball. You know, she struggled to do that in the first half, and if ASU can start getting some turnovers and getting some easy buckets, that can open this game up for them even more.
Jane Gra is going to get called on the reach-in down on the left block there. That is her second personal.
I like that call. I like Gabby Elliott in the post. I think ASU staff has done a great job in half-court sets and stuff, just really setting up, looking at the mismatches or the matchups, if you will, in the game, and going to their top scorers in situations where they think they can be successful.
And Elliott, mid-range jumper, the turnaround is...
Or you can just run nothing and just shoot the fadeaway jumper all day long. Amaya Williams.
So something we're now seeing from Amaya Williams, she can create her own shot, Coach.
Yeah, she can.
It's Hayes in on Caeta. Bowers from the outside, the pass back, catch and shoot Gallatin. Here's transition offense. Elliott now in the open court. Washinetz, a pump fake. Underneath, Caeta next to the cup, and the finish.
That's great Sun Devil basketball. Extra pass, wide open layup.
Sun Devils extending their lead to 15 now. From the outside, Gienger back out. Grossman. Grossman 1 for 6 now.
And she's probably got the best looks at times, just not falling for her today.
That one almost falls in the cup, I think.
Maya Williams is showing out on her first start.
The entire ASU staff all jumped up there.
And here she goes, just cut off, little drop fade. That's sweet. Yeah, you're not one of the best players at Mater Dei High School and don't have skills.
Yeah, you're now no slouch by any means. Williams led the team to a 29-4 record and a 6-0 league mark last year. 83 wins in 3 seasons. And Coach Gleason, the second they get the ball across the half wall. Hey, Coach, ASU is on a 6-0 run over the last minute and 12 seconds. What have you been seeing?
Well, I mean, they had those first 2 quick fouls, and after that, they've been on fire. They're shooting 100% for the quarter, and 11-2 in the third quarter. So I see the kind of energy and production that I want to see after halftime. So, you know, I kind of criticize them for those first quick fouls, but actually they really did come out, throw the first punch, and they are punching away right now.
A few wraparounds. They'll give it to Washington. It's in the corner who pump fakes. Now takes it baseline. Back outside. Elliott with 14 to shoot. Goes down the left lane. ASU looking to create something here. Action on the outside. They give back to Brackens with 5 to shoot. She'll go underneath. Hayes blocked her. Or excuse me, that's Eggers.
Eggers, yeah. Yeah, not a great space read by Brackens, but they do probably want to try to get her going today. She's been pretty quiet. Steal by Amaya Williams.
Elliott now to the left side. Out to Williams, and a chance for Eastern Washington to reset on defense here. Maybe a missed opportunity there for the Sun Devils. Washinet's finishing with the right hand.
And the lefty shows I can go both ways.
Washinet's now has 6 points, is 2 for 4 from the field. Here's Bowers, her mid-range is off the mark, and ASU running the other way.
I love seeing 4 white jerseys on the defensive boards.
So Williams taking her time, slowing it down up top. Didn't actually score in her first collegiate game last week, and now Brackens on that turnaround jumper is off the mark. Gallatin. Baseline, Bowers spinning, and now outside Grossman. McElmurray. 10 to shoot it as Gallatin goes inside, and that one just ricochets out. Still a lid on the cup for Eastern Washington.
Yeah, a couple good mid-range looks these last 2 possessions, which are good shots for Bowers and Gallatin. They just are not falling.
Eastern Washington now hasn't scored in over 4 minutes of play. Cajeda off to the right. ASU on an 8-0 scoring run over the last 3.5 minutes. That one into the corner, stolen away by Brackens.
Brackens again coming around.
There's the 6th steal of the game for the Sun Devils. Sun Devils coming off a game where they had the most team steals since 2010. 19 team steals in their game against Coppin State. Around all over the place, huh?
I am, yes. Scouting and broadcasting and all sorts of fun stuff.
Well, Arizona State is on an 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Eastern Washington hasn't scored in almost 4.5 minutes, and Marley Washinetz puts in her 3rd free throw of the contest. She's got 7. And make it 8. So 4 for 7, excuse me, from the charity stripe. It's funny. She was 5 for 5 in the last contest. I said she went perfect in the last contest. She misses 3 today. I'll own that one, Marley. That one is on me.
We like to joke about that, but it's really not.
No.
Yeah.
But I'll wear that jinx. That one definitely on me. Here's McElmurray to the left. Got cut off by Cajera. Now on the right side, Hayes fouled by Cajera. That's going to be her 3rd personal.
Well, in some ways, she fouled her to the point where she couldn't make the shot. So it's not a soft foul.
Hard foul.
But I think if I'm the coaching staff, I just want her to play position defense without fouling. Because so far in the close scrimmage against USC and their first now 2nd game, it's becoming a theme with the foul trouble, and she's just way too good and way too important to this team to have these silly fouls.
Hayes at the line, average 3.8 points per game, 52.5% from the field, and now in this ball game, Eastern Washington 3 for 9 from the free throw line, Coach.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Gleason would have ever thought it would be quite this cold from the field, but telling you, it's the defense. Speeds you up. I mean, they haven't gotten a lot of great looks, and credit the Sun Devils.
Zone defense here. Doesn't matter. And Levette puts a bucket through. She's now 3 for 4 from the field, Coach.
Yeah, her and Amaya are having games with last year Poa out today.
Deflected by Elliott, caught by Levette. The bounce pass up to Elliott, and she couldn't hang on to it. Pass maybe a little too hard. Jangra was able to cut it off and get the steal. Gallatin going to be covered, and now it's wide open space for the Sun Devils, and Washenitz will put it up and in. She's got 10 in double figures.
That was great hands. I mean, Gallatin pivoted through the trap, and she still somehow lost the ball. These Sun Devils are, it's like you're being guarded by 3 people, I think, out there. I love it.
Arizona State leading by 24. And the foul will go against Jaya Levette. It's her 2nd personal.
And we gave Gallatin some credit early on. She was butt dribbling. She was keeping the ball centered. And the last few possessions, she's actually gotten pushed to the sideline, which is going to be a turnover almost every time.
Eastern Washington has turned the ball over 4 times in 6 minutes of play. Make it 5. Washenitz cut off on the left. Entry pass. Might have gone awry there. Now a baseline look for Brackens. And incidental contact.
Yeah, I guess.
Not going to call it.
Play on.
Gallatin, the lefty. Levette pushing towards the other side. Clearly ASU wants to get out and run here, and Levette puts it in. She's got 10.
She's like a star running back. She's just out there surveying, and she just...
Day to day, obviously we've seen Levette and Williams take advantage of this situation, and maybe some tough calls coming up for Coach Miller on who she wants to start, because both Williams and Levette have had great games. And there's an offensive foul.
Michaela Moore with some great help side. And that's a real strength of ASU's defense. They just play off each other. They really know how to rotate and get their own help. You know, I think they're looking at playing a 2-point guard backcourt. I can see 2 of these 3 guards playing together a lot this year. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be exactly what they need, all these guards to keep coming along. It's a long, brutal season, Jesse. I mean, you know, and the Sun Devils have a good bench, but they don't have a ton of depth. So they truly need Jaya Levette, Amaya Williams to be in the rotation.
Well, they only really had 3 weeks to recruit in the offseason, is what Coach Norman told me. So
good. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really tremendous when you think about the roster that they put together. All these players that were starting on Power 4 teams, and you know, high mid-majors, and then, you know, the players that they chose to keep. I mean, just really intentional about finding quality people, but also players that have some experience that would be ready to go right away. There's something going on here. Courtney Grossman, kind of a quiet game really for everybody.
Yeah.
Their Washington roster, based on their 99-point performance earlier in the week.
Grossman puts that one in, and Arizona State still in the bonus, but Eastern Washington also now in the bonus, and we have a foul, so ASU's going to the line. A foul will go on Bowers. That is her third personal.
And again, that's Jayla Levette just edging people out. I mean, when she gets somebody on her hip, she is really good at getting to that. I mean, taking the lane, getting to the basket.
Levette, an 88.6% free throw shooter, missed that one off to the left and connects on that second one.
Hey, good job waiting to read that. That was not your. That was not on you.
I thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Real recognizes real. I appreciate that, Coach.
You got it.
Here's Bowers up top, guarded by Washenitz. Fontini.
I'm liking Fontini's defense today. I know she's struggled offensively, but she has done her job denying that elbow entry in the Princeton offense.
Corner, there's a good one.
Courtney Grossman getting going a little bit.
Grossman, now 7 points for her. Moore up top to Davenport. As the clock is winding down here in the third quarter, we have under a minute to play. Washenitz. Bowers running the opposite direction. Gallatin wide alone.
Gibbs gets the rebound, kicks it out to Bowers.
And Bowers off to the right side. Back up top, Washenitz.
She is everywhere.
Close one. I mean, she's flying all over the place.
I love Marley Washenitz's motor is so awesome. I mean, she's just fun to watch, and she does what I would always try to coach players to do is, you know, scout the soft square up, right? You know, people have the ball, they're not expecting you to take it out of their hands. He takes it out of their hands.
22-point lead for ASU, and the clock winding down. Shot clock is off. Game clock is at 10 seconds. Washenitz calls for it. Fontini stepped up like she was going to set a screen. Washenitz has 4 to work with. She'll get to her elbow jumper and missed that one off the right. And the rebound to Grossman, but no final shot at the end of.
Put them on the free throw line. I'd like to see them offensively get back to that pick and roll that they had success with. But they've got to find a way, to get to the free throw line themselves, or get some better looks, I guess.
Ayera, Brackens went up there and was able to put it in from right under the cup.
I thought that was going to sail out of bounds. Brackens is the best athlete on this team. She was a multi-sport athlete, so the coaches were saying if we're playing any sport that's not basketball, the first draft pick is McKenna Brackens. I think we saw that there.
Yeah. Gallatin inside, spins around, lost it, recovered by Brackens, and now ASU has numbers. Euro step into the lane, and Elliott puts it through.
There's that tempo, you know, just not putting her head down, but just really good footwork. I love her footwork and her pivots and her fakes.
Catch and shoot on the 3. Underneath, Eggers fouled by Cajera.
And again, just getting out in transition, obviously hard to get back off of turnovers, but Eastern Washington has to try to slow down this fast ASU team. Gabby Elliott with the step through.
And that foul actually will go against Brackens. That is her 3rd. So both Cajera and Brackens, both with 3.
And I believe Washington's.
Yep. So Agers splits the free throws. She's now got 5 points. That second one was actually her first free throw made in the contest. ASU extending their lead to 25. Williams off to the left side on her mid-range jumper.
Didn't like that shot as much because it was contested. You know, maybe get in there, get to 2 feet, look for your cutting teammates.
Grossman trying to take it baseline, now goes back to the middle, an off-balance shot, and she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot one more.
And that's the one thing you do not want to do right now if you're Arizona State is don't foul, don't stop the clock. You know, make them make shots. You've got a very, very comfortable lead. Don't allow this team time to, you know, get back in this thing. I mean, with 30-second shot clock, you can cover a 20-point spread in 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The problem with Eastern Washington is they don't seem to have any kind of press or pressuring defense. So a little harder to cover the spread when you just play kind of containment man defense.
23-point lead here in the fourth quarter for ASU. Brackens catch and shoot left side. Off the mark. And we're going back the other direction.
Love Gibbs, the freshman's athleticism on Eastern Washington. She's just getting in there, playing really good defense, crashing the boards. Hit a couple threes in their game earlier this week. So the one that she shot a minute ago was actually a good shot for her. ASU's not gonna call off the Dogs yet. They're up. Trying to see if maybe they're in one of their zone presses or if they're just picking up here. Nope, just picking up.
Just picking up. Here comes Gallatin. Ranked 4th on the team in scoring last year, and now they give it all the way down to Grossman, who tries to go up with the reverse. Brackens, a nice job contesting there underneath the basket. And another foul going back the other way. I mean, these fouls are starting to pick up here as the game goes on.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, Gibbs, the ball was in the belly, so I don't think that was like just a lazy, I don't want to get back foul. Kind of a tough call by the officials. I mean, they need to do something. They need to get the ball back. You know, otherwise, this game's over.
Williams.
But to your point, they need to do it without fouling.
Brackens mightily contested and a late foul call there. Coach going to have a chat with Moore there. What did you see, Coach?
Molly Miller was talking to Michaela Moore.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, I did not see that. I was actually looking at the other sideline because I don't know that I saw the foul.
Okay.
To be honest, you know, and you do get to challenge some things, but I don't think you get to challenge that. But.
Brackens off the mark on that one.
This will be a good test for Eastern Washington. You know, do they crack, or do they keep fighting, and do they keep trying to do what they do for this last 7.5 minutes? They're a team that really, really struggled on the road last year. They were 2-11, so they were good at home, but they were super young. They're not as young this year. So
wide open, it's a swish for Bowers.
There we go. So if they, you know, I think for them and, you know, in terms of the rest of their season, just continuing to fight in this tough environment that they're playing in.
Eastern Washington on a 6-0 run, and one right back on the other side for ASU.
I love that for Brackens, that little turnaround midi. Super hard to guard.
And Coach Norman was telling me earlier today that she's never seen an 8-foot jumper that pure before. Bowers misses the scoop there. Brackens slowing it down, gives it up to Williams. We're through 3.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Williams, the bounce pass inside, and it's a turnover.
But I like that she was looking. You know, she drove 2, maybe even 3, and it was the right play, just didn't execute the pass.
Here's Agers down on the left side, and another and one opportunity for the sophomore.
Agers, she's gonna be a tough matchup in the Big Sky. You know, just big, strong, but can pull out, shoot the three. We haven't seen her run the break today, but she did it a few times in the earlier game. Just a versatile post player. Fun to watch.
A chance to cut this Arizona State lead to within 20. Agers now with 8 points in the game.
At this point, I might call a timeout and just say, if you foul, you come out of the game.
Washenitz, that one clinks off the backside of the rim. She's still looking for her first three to fall.
Yeah. And just make that point with my team, you know, that we're going to play
clean the rest of the game.
Yeah, we're going to play great position defense without fouling. Huge area that Molly knows her team has to get better at. And, you know, it's a game where you can afford to do it.
Yeah. So ASU shooting it at 44%. Interestingly enough, they're 11 for 19 from the free throw line. And I'm sure Coach Miller is going to have them running next week at practice for shooting 57% from the charity stripe. Shot off the mark from Grossman, and now another foul underneath the basket.
Grossman had 14 double-doubles as a freshman. So she's one of those players that always rebounds her own shot.
Yeah, I mean, she was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year last year and all-conference honorable mention.
I'm sure that was on ASU Scout. You've got to box her out.
Yep. She was actually second in the Big Sky in rebounds per game.
Yeah.
At 10.5.
She averaged 11 and 11. She averaged a double-double.
Yeah, so Coach Gleason was telling me she's an elite rebounder. And this year learning to be a scorer first and trust her offense. So that'll be one of the big keys for her going forward here the next couple of weeks in their non-conference schedule. And they got a tough one as well. They've got to play Southern Utah at home, and then you got Cal Poly at Gonzaga, which was an NCAA Sweet 16 team last year, as Washenitz gets fouled underneath the basket. And then you get a home game, but against Nevada, who's always just a strong defensive team as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for Eastern Washington is just, like, let's win on the road.
Yeah.
You know, because I think this team is very confident at home. Clearly, they're better than last year. I mean, they were picked to finish 6th in the Big Sky. I could see them finishing higher. There's very few teams that are going to defend them, like ASU defending them right now, and they're going to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Be able to get some more open looks, get their rhythm offensively. So I think a huge key on that schedule is just getting some road wins. Yeah,
their only wins on the road last year came against Sac State and Portland State, which actually happened to be back-to-back with each other. So they went on a nice little road trip in the middle of the season last year, but that was for their only 2 road wins in the middle of the season. And unfortunately, we're not able to pick up any other ones. 12 losses on the road. So a lot to improve on here. Another loose ball on the floor. Elliott grabs it. Football throws it up to Lovett, and she puts it in for the touchdown. And one opportunity coming up. What sport am I calling, Coach? I don't know. Nice pass up the floor, though.
That was a great pass up the floor. And let's just take a look at that again. I mean, ASU has the quick hands, got the 50-50 ball, throwing it down, makes the catch, finishes with contact. Stay with us. We've got more basketball. And the big question is, will they be able to capitalize on it? You know, they really haven't been getting to the free throw line.
10 personal fouls this half on Arizona State. Kayeda, Brackens, and Washenitz all in foul trouble. Kayeda leads the squad with 4 personal fouls. Grossman by herself missed it wide left, and I think she saw it right off her hand and started sprinting into the basket to grab the rebound. Here's Moore to the charity stripe. Brackens, baseline take, floater, left it underneath the cup. And Davenport Almost threw it over the backboard there. Brackens saving it. Washenitz rips right, a three. She's got it. That's her first three of the game, 1 for 4 from distance, but she's now got 14 points in the ball game. A good night for Washenitz.
And a great fake. She saw out of her peripheral vision that Eastern Washington defender coming. There's a little head fake sidestep. Another turnover for Eastern Washington.
Levette trying to turn the corner, shimmies off her defender, and by shimmy, I mean pushed off.
Yeah, good call.
So the Sun Devils turn the ball over there.
The other thing that happens at this time of the game, Jesse, is, you know, officials they see the score, they see the situation. They're more likely to call something on ASU because they are up so big and give something to Eastern Washington.
11 turnovers now for ASU. Right side, bank shot. Runner is good.
I'm excited for Bowers with her career at Eastern Washington. She's really shown us a lot today. And
Williams getting to the cup.
Freshman right back at the freshman.
So Bowers has 12. Williams, her first time in double figures in her career. 10 points for the freshie for ASU.
I think there's going to be a lot more of those double-figure games coming.
How about Kirk with the left hand there, banking it in? Under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, a 22-point lead for the Sun Devils. A lot of the starters still out on the floor. Davenport on the left block.
Beautiful execution. Little guard to post, cross screen. Davenport came off it wide open. Good find, good finish.
2.5 to play here. Gallatin in rhythm. That one's good.
And that's the Magnuson was MVP of her JUCO league last year, so she really can score. I'm surprised we didn't see her a little bit more.
Yeah, Gallatin,
today.
the vocal leader who really sets the standard, and Coach Gleason was telling me she goes 100% on every rep. Williams gets to her elbow, and now a fight underneath. Bowers recovers for Eastern Washington. They do have numbers right now, 4-on-3. They give it back to Gallatin, and she nails it again.
Hopefully Brackens is okay. She's barely getting up. Did not make it back down the court on that possession.
Gallatin with 6 points.
Molly not looking like she wants a timeout. She's just like, let's finish this out.
Yep. Brackens with 1.5 minutes to go here in the contest. It's Williams back to Davenport. Right side, Levette with 5 to shoot it. And she goes up with the left hand. Almost a great finish, but all for naught. And Davenport tied up on the baseline. It'll be a jump ball.
I mean, a good inside-out defense by Eastern Washington, and Jaya Levette got to the rim at will today. So that's exciting for the Sun Devils.
That was just Levette's second missed shot. She's got 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field. Williams.
Maya Grice back in, see if they can give her a touch.
Interesting seeing Levette and Williams on the floor at the same
There we
time.
go.
Right on cue. It's almost like you spent time coaching.
A little bit, maybe, but that's just, you know, that's what you do in these situations. You know, you get the ball to the person that doesn't get a lot of minutes, and awesome job by Grice to put it.
McElmurray makes a 29-footer.
And credit Eastern Washington for continuing to play. I mean, they definitely did not break. They just kept working hard. This is a really nice win for the Sun Devils today.
Williams going to the right was fouled by McElmurray.
McElmurray is from a family of track stars, really athletic. You can just look at her body and go, yeah, I could see that she ran track.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, kind of a starter. She comes off the bench right away and probably going to do some great things for Eastern Washington this year. All
Yeah.
right, Amaya Williams adding to her totals. Okay,
Backside
that's
of
on
the
me.
rim. Yeah, I'm going to put that one on you, Coach. But you were talking about McElmurray there. I mean, she's a versatile guard for Missoula, from Missoula, Montana. Played in 29 games last year, 2.8 points per game. Grice gets the rebound back and puts it up and was fouled. So Grice, I mean, that could be a big interior presence for them if they can get her going. She's 6'5".
Yes, no, I mean, that's so well said, Jesse. I mean, if they can continue to bring Grice along for Big 12, she could really help them in some games. I mean, TCU is huge. There's some teams that just have some big old girls. I love seeing the bench celebrate. I love watching when, again, a player that just doesn't get too many opportunities gets to go in, makes the most of her minutes, and you see the true joy. I mean, that's good culture right there.
Well, she's one of the returners from last year's ASU squad, one of the few because...
Well, she redshirted. So
yeah, well, because of injury, and I was just going to say that. She missed all of last season due to injury, so she took a chance on Miller and this coaching staff, and it's really proved to be successful for her. And 10 newcomers, 6 with 50-plus Division I games, so it was an extremely experienced transfer group. There's a 3 hit by Bowers from the outside, so a couple of threes late here. And Eastern Washington has hit 6 of their last 6 from the field, Coach.
Yeah, give them credit. You know, they didn't give up. They didn't back down. I mean, I do. I think they're going to be finish a little higher in the Big Sky than they were picked to. But great win for the Sun Devils. Without last year Poa, next woman up. How about Amaya Williams and Jaya Lovett?
Arizona State wins this one.